As Dolly said, it's hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone world. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Typically, I don't make a video for just one comic book edition. But good golly, it's Dolly! And that's what we're going to do today. Thank you for stopping by. So last month, J Hood Creative tagged me in an Instagram post that Lady Fantastic had made. He wanted to make sure that I was aware that there's a Dolly Parton comic book. From my understanding, I guess it came out in April. And I didn't know about this. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And as I started looking into it, in typical Dolly and typical comic book style, there's like 15 variant covers for it. Now, most of them feature the same look of Dolly Parton with her dress colored different. And as a matter of fact, on your screen right now, you're seeing all the different options that you could choose from. I found the perfect Dolly Parton variant cover for me, and I'm going to explain why it's the perfect one for me in this video. First of all, when the book arrived, it was so much fun. It's kind of just Dolly Parton's life story crammed into one comic book. And it's accurate, it's fun, there's cameos from other celebrities, including Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, and Kenny Rogers, among others. They did a great job on it. I know that the comic book company said that it was a lot of fun to do, and maybe they'd do a sequel in the future, and I hope they do. And in the sequel, I'd love to see them just create an original story, something that didn't happen to Dolly, or put her in some zany type of situation and write an entire story just based on a fictional story just based on that. I think that would be pretty cool. But for the fact that this was based on her life, it is accurate and it's a lot of fun. So the cover I ended up deciding to pick, the right cover for me, is this green variant, which is the Golden Age 1942 store exclusive. They are a store in Maryville, Tennessee. And you might think, well, why did you pick the green one? Why did you want the exclusive from this company? I saw what this comic book store's logo is. And when I saw their logo, which is on the back of this comic book, I knew that this is the right comic book for me. Because look at this. This is the back. It's in one of my Comic Clear backing boards. Look at that. They have Wonder Woman as their logo. So a comic book with Dolly on the front and Wonder Woman on the back. How could I not get that? That is the perfect comic book for me. So the Golden Age 1942, they don't have their own website, but they have, a Facebook page. And I contacted them through their Facebook to see if I would be able to purchase this from them. And they said yes. And I ended up calling down there, giving them my credit card information and my address and so forth. They were so nice and so friendly. They said that, they've been kicking around the idea of maybe putting together a website with their back issues. And it sounds like they have a lot of great back issues. And that's something I certainly hope that they will do. In a completely unrelated note, I started looking on YouTube to see if there was any videos of people inside this comic book store down in Maryville, Tennessee, which is, not that far from the Smoky Mountains, where Dolly grew up. And I couldn't find that, but I saw some videos showing the town of Maryville, and it looks like such a neat town, like a nice place to live at, too. The folks at the comic book store were so friendly to me. They were telling me how their store used to be an AM radio station. And back in the day in the 1950s, all the celebrities stopped by, including Dolly Parton and Porter Wagner and Conway Twitty, among others. And they have a little bit of the history of that radio station still preserved, from my understanding, inside that building. I just want to go down and see it. And I think Maryville has this, if I'm not mistaken, has this amazing superhero mural as well. I want to go there. And I have a friend, not even in the comic book circles, who went down to Pigeon Forge, and she was telling me about it, and I said, hey, did you happen to see, I know this is kind of random, but did you happen to see the exit or see Maryville? And she said, I ended up in the town. And she said, oh, the town was so awesome. She goes, next time I go, I think I'm going to spend the night down there. And I said, well, I might tag along with you. So maybe I'll get a chance to go down and see the Golden Age 1942 in person. and check out Maryville for myself. It just looks like it would be such a fun store to go to and such a neat area in town to explore in as well. So hopefully that comes to fruition. I think I really would enjoy that. But I'm so happy with my comic book, my Dolly Parton comic book from the Golden Age, 1942. For those that don't know, I've talked about this on some other channels as well when I've been a special guest. I've had the chance to meet Dolly Parton. Actually, I've been fortunate enough to meet her 3 times, and what you see is exactly what you get. The way that you think Dolly Parton would treat you, the way that you see her on TV is exactly how she treats you. And everyone gets treated the same. And she's a lot of fun. To share a memory with you, I remember we were in her meet and greet line once, and they had more people back than normal. And they told us before they brought Dolly in, they said, we have 3 band members who all have relatives from the state, which is why there's so many people back for this meet and greet. We usually don't have this many people back tonight. And they said, but if you all would just line up individually, single file up against the wall, we'll bring Dolly in and we'll get started. So a few minutes later, the door opens and Dolly walks in and she takes a look at all of us against the wall and she says, "What am I supposed to do? Figure out which one of you done it?" She's just been fantastic, and she is a treasure. She is just a treasure. I don't know anyone. If you don't like Dolly, it's un-American. It's un-American not to love Dolly. She's fantastic. And I do have Dolly t-shirts, by the way, but today I'm repping my other girl, Barbara Mandrell, who I love so much too. She doesn't have a comic book, so I want to make sure she got some love in this video today too. But I'm so happy with this comic book, and regardless of what variant you decided to get, I'm glad that you picked up one. If you haven't gotten one yet, make sure to do so. One of the reasons that I delayed this video so long is one of my really good friends, who has been for decades, Mr. Fridge Art on Instagram. It was just his birthday this past weekend. So I waited to save posting this video until after his birthday because I haven't told him that this comic book exists. I don't think he knows that this comic book exists. And I have bought a copy for him, and he's also a Wonder Woman fan, so he will have the one with the Wonder Woman logo on the back too. And by now, he already has it in his possession. Hope you had a happy birthday, my friend. I value you and your friendship so much. So that's the reason why we waited a little bit before we posted this video. So what's your favorite Dolly Parton song? That would be something great to leave in the comment section below and let me know. Let me know what you think about this comic book. If you have one, if you're going to pick one up, which cover or which variant are you going to get? Have you ever been to Maryville, Tennessee? Have you been to this Golden Age 1942 comic book store? It looks like such a cool place. I think I'd even love to work there if it's as cool as it looks. And the folks were so nice too. Just such a wonderful, positive experience. But leave your comments below. What's my favorite Dolly Parton song? That is so tough. There's so many that I like. If you're going to narrow it down, if I have to narrow it down to one, I'm probably going to go with one that she actually didn't write, but it's still a great song. It's Here You Come Again. That might be my #1 favorite, but there's so many other ones by Dolly that I like. Some were hits and some that weren't hits too. Songs like Sitting on the Front Porch Swing is a favorite of mine. Me and Little Andy, Down from Dover. Of course, 9 to 5 and I Will Always Love You and Islands in the Stream, and we could go on and on and on. Two Doors Down, Jolene. Funny story with Jolene. So one time I was at a private event in Nashville, and Keith Urban was the entertainer. And he started talking about being a guitar player. And he had his drummer kick off this riff. And the song was very unrecognizable. And he said, you probably don't even know what this song is just based on the drums. He said, but when I start playing guitar, you're going to know what song this is. And he started playing guitar, and he was playing Dolly Parton's song, Jolene. And he said, if only I had a female singer to help me out. And then from off stage, you heard Dolly's voice going, Keith, did I hear you say you needed a female singer? And she came out and sang Jolene for us as a huge surprise. That was super cool. All right, we're wrapping up our comic book editions video. Hey, don't forget, Christmas in July is still going on to the end of this month. That's my contest that I launched on July 1st. If you haven't entered yet, head back to that July 1st video because all the entries need to be in the comment section of that July 1st video, and check it out. 12 awesome superhero themed Christmas presents going to one person might end up being you. So check it out on the July 1st video. Thank you for watching this comic book editions video and joining me today. And I will catch you 2 doors down.